Yo, you crazy set of bastards, Cybe once again with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at, and more, I think I should really put this in tab because I'm going to be very critical of the beta. I know it's a beta, I know things are subject to change, however guys, let's look in history, you know, all the other betas we've ever seen in video games, it has essentially been the final product, so you know, this is probably what you're going to get when you buy the game. However, obviously, the amount of content in the beta is, you know, ridiculous compared to what will be in the full game. Now, the biggest problem for me with Destiny 1 wasn't the game itself. It was the business practices surrounding the game. Now, we all know the Taken King was pulled out of Destiny 1 at the last minute to therefore allow Activision to go and sell us that, you know, content which was actually due to be in the main game at a later stage as micro DLC. Oh, sorry, it's not micro, proper, genuine DLC, but nonetheless, you know, content was pulled from what they originally planned to give us, you know, for our money when we bought the game. Yeah, they pulled it last minute and decided, I know, we can make more money. We're going to pull this content. We're going to sell it to you at a later date. That pissed me off. That kind of stopped me playing Destiny through my kind of own morals. You know, I was so annoyed, it kind of ruined Destiny for me. You know, I don't think Destiny was a bad game. It was just the business practices surrounding the whole game where we're going to milk you for your money. But anyway, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad game, you know, from a gameplay point of view. However, the morals, you know, I've got morals, guys. I'm a bit older than most of you, you know, I know how valuable money is. But anyway, let's get on to Destiny 2. A lot of people have been calling it Destiny 1.5, and I can understand why that's the case, you know. Literally, guys, the game, it does look better graphically. You know, I was kind of a bit surprised because the game, when I'm playing it, looks better than the footage I saw, you know, pre-release. I do apologise for me aim in the background, guys. You know, I've been playing PC for so long now. You know, picking up a controller, again, for a console feels very, very strange. But anyway, you're going to see me die a lot here. You know, I'm shit. But anyway, Destiny 2, a lot of people have been calling it Destiny 1.5. I can understand that. I can understand why people are saying this is just like one big, massive, you know, DLC, and we're paying for the game, you know, yet again, and there's no real differences. And I can understand that. Yes, the graphics are slightly better, but the game itself, it just feels like Destiny 1. I'm not going to lie, you know, the HUD is near enough identical. The graphics are virtually the same. Yes, they are slightly better, but, you know, there's not a big enough of a difference. Now, I know graphics and frame rates don't make or break a game. However, we are now in 2017, guys, and a 30 frames per second video game on next-gen consoles is a fucking joke. You know, it's a AAA game, guys. You know, the budget for this game is massive, you know, and instead of, you know, that big budget being put into, you know, the development of the game, they thought, okay, we'll just make, you know, basically Destiny 1.5. We're going to improve it as little as we can get away with and call it a new game. And instead of spending all that money on the publicity, sorry, on the development of the game, we're going to throw that at our marketing department to get the hype train well and truly revved up. Now, I think Destiny 2 will be a decent game. However, in my opinion, I buy Destiny not for player versus player, so I don't buy it for PvP, I buy it for PvE. You know, there's much better video games on the market as of right now where player versus player combat is much better than what Destiny 2 will offer, because it's going to be pretty much the same as Destiny 1. I know the Trials of Osiris, stuff like that, you know, it had a replayability factor. However, there's better games on the market for PvP. So if you're just interested about possibly buying Destiny 2 for PvP, don't bother, guys. You know, there's much better games out there. Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, just to name a few. Even some of the older Call of Duties, you know, which are still relevant, like Black Ops 3, offer a much better, you know, player versus player combat. However, where Destiny 2 excels, and this year, guys, one of the biggest differences between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 is the actual storyline, the characters, the narration, you know, the voice acting. It is 10 times better than the original. You know, in the original, you didn't kind of get to feel that the characters had a soul. You know, there was no banter. Kaid in this game, he's funny as fuck. I love the guy. You know, he's lovable. but in the first Destiny, I didn't feel like that about any of the characters. Now, the gameplay scene in the background is some of the story mission, which I don't know if this has just been, you know, developed in the game for the beta, but it's really cool. And guys are probably going to be passing out now thinking, holy shit, Simon's saying something positive about a video game. But I'm actually enjoying, you know, the single player experience on this game. And like I've said earlier, I buy Destiny for single player, for player versus environment, you know, PvE. You know, the majority of my time spent on Destiny 1 was playing the strikes, you know, single player, looting, you know, doing all the raids, you know, the Vault of Glass. Very difficult but very rewarding at the same time. I play Destiny for player versus environment, PvE. And I think that most people probably fall into that category because the Crucible in this game, I don't know why they've gone with a 4v4 format. I've played it a couple of times this morning and it feels very, very slow. The supers charge up a lot slower. The grenade respawn time is absolutely ridiculous. And as for the Nova Bomb, holy shit, it moves that slow, guys, that it's just absolutely useless. You know, you can see it coming from a mile away. And I was like, what the fuck have they done? You know, what the hell have they done? 4v4 is just too slow. I don't know if they've gone 4v4 because they want to get this game into esports, but I don't think Destiny has any place in esports whatsoever. It's PvE. Now, as you see here, I've got another bullet sponge. I was kind of a bit disappointed with the boss battles in this game. I thought that Destiny 2 may have it different, where they don't have as much health and they're not bullet sponges, but they just move a lot better. They're a lot harder to kill. But on this little story mission here, I know it's only, you know, in the beta. I know things are subject to change. However, like I've already said in the beginning of this video, how often does anything change? Bullet sponges. Come on, we're in 2017. You know, the devs of this game previously made some of, you know, the best boss battles we've ever seen in video games, you know, from Halo. But for some reason, no, we're just going to put a big enemy in front of you where, yes, he'll attack you. Yes, he can possibly kill you, but the majority of the time he's just a bullet sponge. Come on, guys, it's 2017. And talking about 2017, this game, right, on console only runs at 30 frames per second. You've heard me right, guys. 30 frames per second, 2017. You know, that was pretty much the standard in 2007, 10 years ago. We're playing on next generation hardware. There is no way that this game is restricted to 30 frames per second because of the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. If the devs say that, it is absolute bullshit. You know, I know this game is going to come out on PC, which I will be getting it on PC. I've obviously got to get it on consoles first, because they're not going to release it on PC until after, because otherwise people would just buy it on PC and not touch it on consoles, because on PC you're going to have a field of view slider, you're going to have unlimited frames per second, which is going to just make the game so much better. When I first turned this game on, guys, and I was playing it, I'm like, is there something wrong with my console? You know, because I'm that used to playing games on 60 FPS, at least bare minimum. When I'm on PC, I'm playing around 140 frames per second, subject to, you know, the game I'm playing, if my graphics card can, you know, handle it at that. Most of the time it can. And I'm just disappointed by the apparent lack of effort from the development team to actually make, you know, it at least 60 frames per second. Like I've already said in this video, guys, I know frame rates don't make or break a game. However, come on, it's 2017, you know, a AAA video game should be at least 60 frames per second, and there is no excuse. You know, with next-gen consoles, yes, if it was, you know, the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, okay, I could understand that. But we're on next-generation gaming, yet it's 30 frames per second. But anyway, guys, Destiny 2, I think it's going to be an enjoyable game. Obviously, I play it for PvE. I've got no interest whatsoever of playing it PvP unless I have to unlock some kind of cool bounties. You know, obviously Trials of Osiris was actually quite fun on Destiny 1. You know, I probably will, you know, play that game mode on PvP. But you won't just see me playing PvP just for the sake of it, guys. But you guys let me know what you think. You know, the beta is just kind of, it feels like Destiny 1.5 to me, guys. I'm not going to lie. You know, yes, I'm excited for the game still, but come on, 60 frames per second, bullet sponge bosses, and yeah, 4v4 PvP. You know, it's kind of esports? Does it want to be esports? Do you think this game wants to be esports, guys? You know, I'm still excited for Destiny 2. You know, I think the story missions was, you know, a breath of fresh air. The only negative I've got about the story, the single-player experience at this moment in time, is the bullet sponges bosses, you know, from a gameplay point of view. Obviously, you know, I'm not a fan of 30 frames per second. It's ridiculous. It's a bit of, you know, Activision saying, well, we can sell you any shit you want. We'll just throw all the money at the marketing department to get all the young kids hyped, and we'll just make a game which isn't really that much different from Destiny 1. I still think it's going to be good, guys, you know, if you're a PvE player, but if you're PvP, really, guys, there's not really going to be, you know, any real difference between Destiny 1. I'd say keep your money. But yeah, PvE, from my point of view, is going to be good. The story mode is going to be good. However, it just annoys me that there's not as much of a difference between this game and Destiny 1 for my liking. But hopefully, you know, we get more content in this game. Hopefully we don't get ripped off by, you know, content being pulled out of the game at the last minute, or at least if they're going to do that, make sure you hide it, you know, better than what you did last time. But anyway, guys, my name's been Simon B1471. Thank you for watching. If you've stayed until the end, guys, just type in the chat Cornwall, you know, the holiday destination in the UK, so I know you've watched right until the end. But thanks for watching, guys. Until next time. And by the way, if you want me to talk about a specific subject, guys, leave a comment in the comment section, and the comment what gets the most, I will do a video sometime soon about it. But until next time, goodbye for now.